In this installment of Beyond the Commons, we explore Taylor Rushing's artistically stimulating talent for glassblowing.
You guys are never going to do
I've been glassblowing for about a year now, and I'm really into it. I started glassblowing at a studio in Tacoma called M Space, and I really got into it because of the artist Dale Julie. He really inspired kind of my whole work, because he was kind of the first kind of glassblower to put glassblowing on the map, and I just really got into it, and I started taking classes at M Space, and I went from there.
One of the challenges is a lot of times it's the artist, they call him the gaffer, and then they need some help with things because things need to be attached and putties put on and whatever. So I took a class so that I'd be able to kind of act as his assistant while he created whatever he was going to create.
You gather out of a 2,000 degree furnace of molten glass, and you get it on the end of your pipe, and you form a bubble, and then you manipulate the bubble to make it into a vessel, or you can sculpt it or do whatever you want with it, and end up with a finished product. I mostly give my pieces away, but I'm really starting to try to sell them now. I don't know, I usually keep the ones that aren't, formed perfectly or have the right shape, because I kind of like the abstract aspects of them, and I use them as candle holders or, anything else that, that gets my fancy.
My name is Elias John Ambler Hansen. I work here at Tacoma Glassblowing Studio. I'm one of the resident instructors. My favorite thing is when he pops a bubble, he puts it in there and then he taps his foot 2, maybe 3 times. He looks at it a little bit, and he looks at it, taps his foot a little bit, and then blows again, taps his foot, then he goes back into the glory hole and heats it back up and gets it hot enough to pop a bubble, and then he pops a bubble in it. That's one of my favorite things.
It is. I really like it because it kind of makes me different. Because I've always kind of been different from everybody else, but this kind of gives. I don't know. It's a good topic of conversation too, when it comes to stuff like that. And I like it. I like feeling different.
I would not at all be surprised that he'll continue because it's a big investment of time and it's a costly endeavor. But I think he has a passion for it, so I think he'll probably continue it.
I think my favorite aspect of glassblowing is the fact that you can kind of create art with a new medium that really isn't out there just yet. Because there's pencils and paints and stuff, and glass really isn't out there yet. And it's kind of nice to kind of feel like I'm part of a movement in art.